So today our topic is VPC PI.
You have not shared your screen.
Now it's visible, right?
Yes.
So this is also a part of networking. So we learn the VPC and create resources inside the VPC and checking all the connections, all things we done, right? So coming to real world scenario, we have different VPC, okay? And even the VPC in different region as well, okay? Region in the sense of, for example, nowadays we are mostly working with the which region? In my case, I am working with the North Virginia. Okay, my region is North Virginia. So inside the North Virginia data center, I am deploying application. Okay, okay.
Yes.
So for our company, okay, consider this is our company. Okay, companies employees are working in North Virginia resources. Okay, so the companies have another location. So that location is somewhere else in like Stockholm or anything, anywhere, or in UK or different region. Okay, in India, anywhere. Some other employees are working in that region. Okay, so similar scenario. They need to talk with the different regions. For example, some employees are in North Virginia needs to access some other missions or some other application. These types of scenario, okay, you got it. I mean, talking with the different region, because in previous case we configure all the things like subnet creation in a single VPC like this, and inside we need to create the connectivity and all the things, right? So, for example, this is private subnet, okay. This is private subnet and this is public subnet. This is public. So previously, which connection we done like Bastion host, right? So we created a Bastion host here. This is our Bastion machine, and this is our database machine. So remotely, we will access the Bastion, then access this machine, right?
Right.
So this is internal connection, right? Within the VPC, we create two different subnet and access the connection using private IP also. Like for example, from here to here, we use the private IP of this virtual machine, right? This VM. So similar way, how to access from different VPC. This is VPC 1. VPC 1 and this is VPC 2. Even this VPC in different location or different region, okay? For example, this is in US and this is in Europe, like that. So for this communication, I mean, talking with the different VPC, there is a service inside our, I mean, offering AWS that is called VPC peering. It's a bidirectional communication between two VPC. Got it? So what will we
Yes.
need is we need to create a VPC peering connection inside the VPC and create a connectivity between these two VPC. So the VPC peering is only for communicating with the two different VPC. For example, we have more than two VPC. There is another service called Transit Gateway. Transit Gateway. Sometimes we will face some interview like this, how to connect to a VPC. Then we can say like using VPC peering, we can connect between two VPC. So at the same time, they will ask, what will we do if we are more than two VPC? Then we need to say like we need to configure transit gateway for accessing to more than two VPC. Clear?
So between two VPC peering, more than two transit gateway.
Yes. Using transit gateway, we can mm, connect our on-site, I mean on-premise resources too. For example, we have two VPC or three VPC. That VPC in different location or zone, and we have one on-premise data center or two data center. We can connect all resources using transit gateway.
Means one VPC will connect to the one other on-premise via transit gateway.
Yes.
Each other. Everyone will connect to every network via transit gateway, right?
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
But it's not on premise, right? It's the cloud in a different geographical location.
No, even cloud we can use transit gateway. Sorry, even on-premise.
On-premise and on-premise.
I mean, for example, this is our on-premise. This is our on-premise. This is AWS Cloud, one VPC and one region consider, and another region is there. Another on-premise is here. Okay, so two cloud VPC and two on-premise data center. So how to connect all of them together using a transit gateway. So using transit gateway, we can connect all the things in transit gateway. So there is a communication between all of the resources like this. This is transit gateway. VPC, and this is VPC. This is on-prem and on-prem. Got it.
So where we configure this transit according to picture,
In
they
AWS,
are separate.
AWS we can configure. AWS there is a service called transit gateway. So go to there and configure.
And attach these all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So coming to VPC peering, what will we do today is we need to create two VPC and two subnet in each. One for one VPC, I mean creating subnet, okay. Subnet. This is our subnet. we need to choose two different locations, okay, for creating this lab. I'm using one in North Virginia, I'm in US, and this will be in Europe, okay. I will choose the location. So this is in North Virginia, okay. North Virginia location. And I will create one machine inside the subnet. Okay, here I create one machine. And here also create one machine. And I will keep this subnet as private. In Europe, I will create a VPC and create a subnet and make the subnet as private and the machine also private. The virtual machine. And check the connectivity from this machine. From this public VM to this private VM. I will check connection through creating a peering connection.
Both are private VM?
No, this is public. At least we need to
Okay.
make one public, otherwise we can't connect through remote. And we couldn't check the connectivity and all things. Because we need the public API, right?
Right.
This will be public, okay. And the subnet will be public. So all of you got the scenario. Shilpa did too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have two different VPC and VPC, these two VPC in two different zone or different zone. Sorry, a different region. And we will keep, we will create one subnet for each VPC. And for the first American VPC, we will create a private virtual machine. And for European, we will create a public virtual machine, okay? And we need to create a connection between these two VPC using peering connection. For these types of requirement, we will create peering connection actually, okay? Like different site to site connectivity or anything like that. Okay, see, now I am in North Virginia. So I will create one more duplicate tab. And I am going to switch from this location to some other location that's in Europe, okay? See, London, Stockholm, Frankfurt. Yeah, I am going with the Stockholm, okay? Europe region. So this way we are switching to different region, okay? See, now I am in Stockholm region and also one tab in North Virginia. We can switch to different location and deploying different resources to different, specified region, no problem. in a single account. So yeah, now we have two different locations. We can view the two different region. And next thing is we need to create VPC. Okay. So coming to North Virginia, there are different VPC there. So we didn't create any one. Same for we will check. Here, 4 VPCs are here. Okay. So coming to North Virginia, we can utilize any existing VPC. So I am going with the Guru School VPC. Okay. So this should be my VPC in North Virginia. So I mean in Stockholm, I will create one VPC. Okay. So this is my name, and I will give some different IP for this VPC. Different IP in the sense of private IP. Okay. All the IPs we are giving is private.
Sorry?
I mean, IPs that we manually put in here is private IP.
Because that's the Stockholm one where you want the private one, but the Northern Virginia will be public facing.
Yes. This would be my IP. Okay. 16. This is another IP ranges. Okay. Private IP ranges. And in this subnet, I am using this IP ranges 10 dot series, and here I am using 170.31.00 series. Okay. Create VPC. That's fine. Anyone have any doubt?
I need to go through IP detail actually. How this
Yeah, for
I
for IP, I will take another section. Don't worry about IPs. Okay. Create VPC. Now it's done. I'm going to create a subnet. This should be private site because we are in Europe.
Stockholm site, yeah.
Okay. Choose the VPC. Give it a name. Okay, I'm providing one IP for the subnet. Okay. So the IP for the subnet is 172.31.0.0.4/24. So this IP, sorry, for this specific subnet can hold 254 IPs. 251. Okay, see, our IP address inside the subnet. And next thing, we need to create a route table for the create one route table. Route table.
I think you want to write EU instead of UE for Europe, root table Europe,
Yes.
private.
Route table private is fine, right? So whatever name we put here, we just quickly add
Maybe
it.
putting Europe will be help you remember that it's the private
Yes.
side.
EU is fine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See, everything is fine. Created VPC, subnet, and route table. And one more thing we need to associate, right? Association also done. So coming to North Virginia, we have one, VPC. So in the same VPC, we have different subnets are there. So we can utilize existing subnet. Here, see, public subnets are also here, GS public. So we can configure the virtual machine inside the specific subnet. Okay. So we didn't do more anything in this VPC, this region. Directly we can go to deploy the virtual machine. Here, go to instance, launch instance. I'm using Amazon Linux. Retail, GS no, existing key pair. Edit the networking components like choosing the corresponding VPC, subnet all the things. I'm choosing public because this is public facing machine, and enable the public IP because I need to log into this machine and check the connectivity to the another VPC. Okay, 22 is fine. Port 22 is fine because I didn't configure any application or anything. Just I need to log in the machine using port number 22 for SSH connection. So launch instance. So we will, this part is done. Okay. Now we are going to Europe VPC.
Did you mean Northern Virginia VPC? Europe,
No,
you
no,
did
Europe,
already.
Europe. North Virginia is in US, right?
Yeah, so you did the
Yeah, I completed
table
the
for
US VPC and deploy one machine.
oh, I thought you were doing the root table in Europe. So
Yeah. Here in root table in Europe, I just add the subnet to the root table association, subnet association. See, that is added private EU subnet. So we are good to go with the deploying machine. Now I am in Europe. Okay. So go to instance. I'm going to launch one mission. Here T3 micro is here, okay. So we will go with the T2, T3 micro. And in different region, we need to create specific different key pair, okay. I mean, here we can't see other, I mean, our existing key pair we are using another region. Here I will go to create a new key pair. Here, pairing is fine. Create. It's downloaded in my local machine. Now I'm going to change the VPCs. That is fine. U is fine. And here I didn't enable auto assign IP. So after deploying this machine, I didn't get the public IP. So SSH is fine. We launch. So this part also completed. Okay. So we have different, I mean, two VPC, both are in different zone or region. And we have two subnets in, and we deploy one virtual machine, each in different subnet. And one virtual machine is in purely public, not the virtual machine, subnet also. And this machine we can access because this is public. First, I'm going to log into my public machine. Okay. So just to copy the IP. Okay. See, EC2 user IP, the local IP, right? 43 is my local IP, like 10.0.0.43. See, 10.0.0.43 is my private IP of my public machine. Okay. So and now I am in Europe. Okay. So this is my private machine. So the private machine only have private IP. The private IP is 172.31.0.38. So the requirement is to create a connectivity between this public machine to the private machine that belongs in another VPC, even in different region. Okay. So we need to create a peering connection for completing this task. So what we'll do is first we need to go to the a region, I mean North Virginia region, then go to VPC. Here we can see there is a peering connection. See in left side, peering connection. So click peering connection. Create peering connection. We are going to create a peering connection from scratch. So give it a name. USUE peer. And when we creating peering connection, we need to provide some information. So first we need to provide the name for our peering connection. Then we need to select a VPC requester. So the VPC requester is, we are the one, right, who requests this connection. That's actually means, okay, for our case, which VPC are requesting this connection. So we can choose
The
Guru.
Northern Virginia one, Guru Schools, Northern Virginia, right?
No, in our region there are different VPC there. That's why we need to choose corresponding VPC as requester. Okay, so this VPC peering connections knows that request coming from Guru School VPC. And here we can choose select another VPC to peer. There are different options are here, like account and region. Currently we are performing different region, actually not account. If for example in this North Virginia, in same region we have different VPC. Okay, in our case we have 3 VPC here. For that case we can choose my account and select the VPC. Then another account means this is my AWS account. Okay, so for example I'm all have also AWS account. So different account connectivity for creating VPC, so that we can choose another account. So the next thing is region. Okay, so region, there are two things are in region. One is this region US. So that means same region, different VPC. For connecting peering connection, we can choose this region. For us, we need to choose another region because we are in our first VPC in North Virginia and next VPC in Europe. So this is called different region. That's why we are choosing here another region. For example, North Virginia, we have one more VPC. Okay, so we need to connect connectivity through these two VPC. So what we'll do? We need to choose this region. Got it?
Yes.
So when choosing another region, we need to choose the a region name here. Okay, so which region we are using? Stockholm, right?
Yes.
Stockholm EU North 1 we are using. So we need to choose from this drop-down list. See, Europe, Stockholm, right? So choose one. And we need to provide the acceptor ID. Okay, acceptor means who are accepting our VPC connection. Actually, this is a peering connection is a kind of first we are requesting, okay, from US VPC is a requester. So this VPC request a connection to where this VPC, okay, I mean the VPC in Europe. So this VPC should accept this connection. After we will communicate. Otherwise, if they reject, then we can't communicate with these two VPC. So we need to provide the acceptor VPC ID for creating the VPC connection, peering connection. So we need to go to the Europe VPC and find the VPC name, sorry, ID. Go to the VPC.
Does it come in your scroll down because they're both yours? Will it suggest you?
We'll check. Okay. I mean, we are already.
No,
No.
it's not suggesting.
So I'm going to VPC page. See, this is the VPC ID. Okay. See. So copy the VPC ID and go back. Paste it here. Now it's done. Everything is fine. We can create a peering version. All are good, right?
Yes.
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 Shilpa, okay, right?
As we are in North Virginia, and we are
Yes.
peering to the other one, that's why we are selecting other region, right?
Yes, we need to provide two things. One is requester VPC ID and the acceptor VPC ID along with the region, because we choose another region, right? So what are the regions we are going to that we provide here, and which VPC we are connecting to? That is, I mean, the acceptor VPC. For example, this is a kind of like we send a friend request to someone, right? So they will accept the connection, and I mean that two friends are connected. Similar like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to create a peering. Now the connection has been requested to the acceptor VPC, okay, from North Virginia. So there is a request uh, coming from this region to this Europe region, okay. So where we will find the accept connection, just to go to the VPC peering of where Europe region, okay. So just to go to the VPC connection, see, this is the request. Status is pending acceptance. This is coming from the VPC peering ID PC67BA. 7BA, see. Now I am going to so there is a connection from 7BA peering ID and requester VPC ID for FA. We'll verify.
Yeah.
For
GURUSCHOOLS.
FA, not seen here. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Guru School for FA. So we can verify, okay, is this genuine or not, like that. And everything we can see here, the VPC, the requester VPC's IP address, owner ID number, all things we can see here. Even the region, requester region and acceptor region. And here we need to accept this connection to create a connectivity between these two VPC. So how to accept this connection? Select the connection. I'm already selected. Action, accept request. Here we can reject the request, okay? So I'm going to accept the request. Accept. So see, your VPC peering connection has been established. To send and receive traffic across this VPC peering connection, you must add a route to peering VPC in one or more of your VPC route table. So I mean, we need to complete this connectivity after creating the routing as well. Okay, so we need to create a route for each VPC. Otherwise, we can't communicate. Now we can say there is a connectivity between these two VPC. Okay, these two VPC, there is a connectivity. But for the resources, for example, the virtual machine and subnet, there are no connection. So for that, we need to create the route table. Sorry, we need to configure the route in the route table. Similar way, when we creating VPC, we attach internal gateway, right? If attaching internal gateway doesn't mean that inside the resources getting the interconnection, right? For that, what will we do? We need to create a route table and create a route, then add the route to the internal gateway, right? After that, each machine have interconnection, right? Similar way, we need to add the route for connectivity. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubt.
Okay.
Is this the same process in the real-time scenario as well? Like,
Yes.
okay. One question is, what are the checkpoints that we need to take care in real scenario in production environment before accepting this request, the peering request? Is there anything as such, or
We need to verify that request coming from a trusted VPC or not. That's a requirement actually. So we need to verify the VPC ID and the IP coming from a region, all the things.
once the connection is set up, can we edit it, or is it like I didn't see an edit option on the screen?
Edit option in the sense of actually we need to configure the route table as, because now we have a connection between these two VPC only. Okay. So for example, there are different subnet in some VPC. Okay. So we can add that subnet to other sources using the route table actually. So we can remove the route simply for canceling the connectivity from different VPC. For example, see, this is a public subnet, right? In North Virginia, this is public subnet and this machine have internal connection, right? So simply how to remove the internal connection to the subnet and the virtual machine? Simply we can go to this route table and remove the route, right? That route pointing to the internal gateway. Simply we can remove the interconnection. So similar way, we can configure, removing the connection between these two VPC and all the things. For editing the connectivity in the sense of, I didn't get you. Only we provide the VPC ID request and the name. So these things we need to edit, right? That's a requirement.
So basically, you know who you're connecting to the peer connection. That's all. Verify that
Yes.
there's a real person, you know, the IDs are matching, like that.
Okay.
Looks
Clear.
like you have an actions drop-down menu. You could reject or detach also maybe. In the actions, now it's connected, it's active. No,
Yes.
you cannot.
So that's done. Create a connection, peering connection between two VPC. Now we are going with the route table. Okay. So now actually we are going to configure the peering connection. So first I am going with the route table of my US machine. Okay, sorry, US region. So my route table is route table GS public route table. Okay, this is my route table. So I'm opening the route table. See, this is associated with the GS public. Okay, fine. So I'm going to edit route. Okay. So edit route. And here I'm edit one more route. Sorry, add one more route. And I'm going to provide destination as the IP of my Europe VPC. So copy the IP address of the VPC that belongs in Europe, copy, then go back US, North Virginia, and paste the IP as destination. Okay, and where I need to target this to peering connection. See, this is my US CA peering. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm successfully add the route. The destination should be the IP of the acceptor VPC IP, and target is our peering connection. Just save. Do the same for here in Europe. So go to the subnet, sorry, the route table, and this is a private route table. Open it. See, only local routes are here. So go to edit routes, add route. Here we need to provide the IP of
US.
North
The
Virginia
US.
VPC.
North Virginia.
So that is the IP is 10 series, right? So copy the IP of the VPC, okay? That's in North Virginia, and paste it here in destination. And here drop down, we can choose the peering connection. This is a peering connection in North Virginia. We didn't give any name. The request coming from the North Virginia, okay? So choose that.
This
Save
is the
change.
public IP of what that one?
No. This is a private IP that we given when creating VPC.
Mm-hmm.
You mean this IP, right?
Right.
This IP we provide when creating VPC in North Virginia. What are the IPs we type and we provide is private IP. The
Right.
IP is given from the cloud provider. For example, go to the EC2 machine, okay? See, here we will get a public IP. That public IP given by AWS. We didn't bother about that thing. That is, see, 44.203.220.92. This is a public IP. And this is the IP we given when creating subnet. So this
Right.
is private IP. Got it? If I
Mm-hmm.
stop
Right.
the machine and restart it after 5 minutes or anything, then I will get another IP because this IP will release and the AWS will randomly pick another public IP and assign to this machine. So we can say
Right.
this is not stable IP. Okay. Static IP. This is not static IP.
But will the private IP be maintained? Or no, that's also
Private
changed.
IP will maintain, I think. Yeah.
Until we delete it.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Yeah.
Because this will assign by locally actually. Assigned by the subnet actually. Because subnet have that much IP, right? So inside we creating this mission. So subnet, there is a DHCP service there. So the DHCP service allocate the IPs that that IP to the resources.
Can you go to the root table?
In North Virginia, right?
Where you're configuring the private IP as a destination.
Okay. For both region, I configure route table.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So here in North Virginia, I am configuring the route table, GS public and edit route. Here I add the route. The destination is my European VPC IP address. The IP address is private IP address, and choosing my peering connection.
Of the subnet, right?
Peering connection.
Subnet. This
Here,
destination I'm talking about this 172 is the private IP of the subnet.
No, VPC. Because here we configuring peering connection for VPC to VPC, right? So we need to provide VPC ID IP here instead of subnet. Within the VPC, for example, previously we configure the BAST and all the things. So that we need to provide the subnet IP.
Right.
Here in this case, we can communicate between two VPC. So we need to provide the VPC ID instead of subnet IP.
Okay.
Sorry, VPC IP. Yeah.
Got it.
So I think everything is fine. We need to check the connectivity. So I log into my public machine. Okay. Control. So how to connect to the private machine using the same way, like create a file name, like nano. We need to create the PEM key in this machine, right? For the same scenario that we checking the Bastion from Bastion to a private machine. So do the similar thing. File sudo nano. And here I have different PEM key. Okay. So I need to, because when I'm creating the machine, I created a new PEM. Peering is my name of the PEM. So I'm opening, copy, and paste it here. Control X, Y, hit enter to save and exit. Okay, file is here. So I'm going to change the mod file permission. So sudo chmod
400.
400 file name. Okay, that's done. So we can check the connectivity from this VPC to the European machine, okay, using the PEM key. So what we'll do is SSH alternative
You
EC.
have to give the IP address first, right? SSH to the IP address, then -I.
Yes. Anyway, we can connect. For example, SSH user, SSH file name, SSH to the file
లక్కీ కొంచెం పైన నా ఫోన్ ఉంటుంది తేవా నా డెస్క్ మీద
-I
చెయ్యి కానీ ఇప్పుడే కాదు అన్న స్నానం చేయాలి నువ్వు
then
అందరం
the
స్నానం
user and
చేస్తాం.
IP.
Also, you are
That's all I'm saying. EC2 user at the rate. So here, which IP we need to provide? The
The
private
Stockholm one, private
yes,
Stockholm.
Stockholm machine private IP. Only the machine have private IP, right? So copy the IP. When I hit enter, we will get the connectivity. Otherwise, there is some issues. So name.
You have to put the backslash instead of it, like the whole current directory file.
I will
No,
check.
you have to switch the directions. You have to say SSH EC2 user at 172.31.038 -I file.
Sorry.
In the SSH, you have to, after SSH, you have to write EC2 dash user at 172 and then -I and then file. Keep on deleting the file, delete file, and then say -I file. Go to the end. File.
Yes.
Say yes.
Public key is denied.
Sudo have you used? It. Do you need to go to the root user and then do this?
Yes, sudo SSH.
Sudo, it will work.
Sudo SSH.
Yes.
There you go.
Well,
Good job, Pampa.
see, and now we are in European machine. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So this is the way we configure peering action. Anyone have any doubt?
No.
Shilpa, clear, right?
Yes.
So both are done. We created a VPC peering connection and checking the connectivity from this machine to the private machine. Okay. All are clear,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
If any doubt, we can discuss. Otherwise, we can wind up, right?
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of you.
Have a good night. Good morning to people in India.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.